Destroyed, Putin faces heavy losses as Russia's incompetent army destroys hundreds of tanks. Among Putin's most ignorant things is the mass delivery of tanks and weapons to incompetent and useless troops. This has been clearly shown when the Russian army repeatedly encountered failures and the loss of weapons and equipment was not small. With that, Vladimir Putin's army lost hundreds of tanks, while the Russians' access to online banking was limited. As a result of the loss of more than 500 Russian tanks during the brutal invasion of Ukraine, the Russian president was increasingly criticized. According to the Oryx project's calculations, more than 257 tanks were wiped out, 9 were damaged, 40 were left behind and 200 were taken away by the Ukrainians, according to the Oryx project's calculations. However, Putin does not care about the damage to Russia. He is willing to sacrifice the lives of thousands of younger Russians to be able to cling to power and milk the Soviet economy to enrich himself and other countries. Partner. The West should take Russia, get fossil fuels and minerals, spend half on rebuilding Ukraine, the other half with very low fuel costs. Let the Russians survive the famine for a few years, then teach them democracy. Isn't liberalism just democracy? We wouldn't want them to be free in a place where drug lords and murderers run rampant like in the West, would we? According to a recent announcement, Putin has lost nearly 680 aircraft. Meanwhile, as Russian President Vladimir Putin continues his catastrophic attack on Ukraine, the daily life of ordinary Russians is becoming more difficult. After Visa and MasterCard payments were banned in Moscow, it was reported that Russians may no longer use China's Union Pay for online purchases. All Russian cards, including those issued by Union Pay, are no longer accepted at foreign online stores, according to Kommersant, Russia's most popular daily newspaper. On the other hand, Putin and Russia have more problems than this war. Young Russians are leaving their lives to avoid military service and gain freedom elsewhere. He also depends on young immigrants to keep his country afloat. Then there is the aging population. The West has been propagating for years about the invincible Red Army and their futuristic weapons, LOL, invading Ukraine and giving them their guns on a plate destroyed that idea, so keep attacking. Attack them and drive out your country's Russian army. Surely the Russian people could not believe that their leaders were right to invade Ukraine when the whole world was building an economic wall around their country. It's time for politicians and generals to take back their countries from the evil, narcissistic monster that is turning Russia into a third world economy.